Good morning, everybody, and welcome to TeamODZ Live. And look who's back. We've got Gerrie. Good morning, Gerrie.
Good morning, Andy and Rick.
Morning, Rick.
Good morning.
Nice to be back, guys.
Good to have you back. It's been fun, but it's felt incomplete, you know?
Well, I looked at your sprint on Friday.
Yeah.
That looked like fun.
Yeah. It was definitely, it was pretty good.
Your sprinter breed is just completely different.
How's that?
You were just sitting in.
Oh,
All
yeah.
of you. No one went really fast
No.
until the last, 300 meters maybe?
Oh, that's the way I do it.
Oh my
That's my whole-
goodness.
That's my whole plan, is to hang out until that one spot and then just put everything on it.
Thanks for the ride on the hills.
Thanks, Hills. Good morning.
That's one of those things that Zwift allows you to do that you may not be able to get away with in real life, but
Yeah.
you can do it in that one. The only problem, though, is I should have given it a little more to at least keep up with Charlie. There was one point I let off a bit more than I should have, and he took off a little bit, and then I gunned it to try to catch him a little bit, but it was too late because then we went around that corner, and then it was all out sprint time.
Yes.
But I don't know, for some reason, at the end, though, out of that whole group of people, there's usually only a few that actually hit the high numbers. I don't know why.
Yeah, that was very interesting watching that sprint. Because I go all out. Andy say go.
Yeah.
I
It was
am
from then too. Okay.
from there to the line.
Yeah.
If I can hold it to the line, but
I'm always just trying to stay right behind everybody in the front group.
Yeah.
Once I lose everybody in the front group, I usually know it's over, but
so you should just stay behind me.
I let that dictate how hard I'm going to push, and then try to save as much as I can for that last bit.
Oh yes.
Because I know no matter what, Charlie's going to be bringing on, which that was the funny part too, watching him sprint on that one. He started out at 10 watts a kilo. By the time he hits the line, he's doing 12 and 13 watts a kilo. Whereas I was doing the opposite. I started out at 12. And then gradually, as I crossed the line, I was just a little below 10. Somehow he's very good at building at that point. Getting high and then going higher.
Yeah, I don't know how they do that. I should have streamed on Saturday.
Yeah,
But
I'd have been there to watch and encourage.
yeah, but I don't know how that's gonna go. So I entered a race in C category. Because apparently even Trainer Road think I'm unfit, so thought, okay, C might be a good. It's not going to be easy, so I'll enter, but I was ready to stream. But then my headphones didn't work,
Oh no.
and I tried to get that working, and the next thing I look up, and I see the bunches going. And I'm probably 3 seconds behind already. So I burned a nice match just getting back to them. And then rode with the group. Every climb was slightly challenging, but I would have expected that. We had one guy who went into a breakaway, and at about 5 seconds away, I went and rode across. Brought one guy with me, so it was the three of us, trying to stay away from the back. That worked for a while, and then two guys from the track bridged 10 seconds to get to us. And it was a 5-guy breakaway, which is nice. But in the last lap, one of them decided to do a breakaway, and none of us wanted to chase him. I was looking at the guys and giving them the arm, trying to get them to start working, but they had different plans. So I said, well, then I'm just gonna sit in. I'm fine. I think we'll probably attack closer to the end. And sure enough, there was a climb, and we closed that gap right up. So we were all back together again for the final sprint. And the sprint was perfect for me. It was a 2% downhill
Next
to the line. Yeah, that's perfect for me. And the downhill started just after a little climb. So as we got to 2% downhill, I just opened up with 800 meters to go and just went all out for 800 meters.
And then didn't get a result.
And yeah, didn't get a result. I opened up the forums while warming down, and there's this guy that was riding with us. Like, oh, this buck hit again. The race never ended. But congratulations to Gerrie. I'm like, what? What happened? So I look on shift power and there's nothing. I look on my screen, it's like, oh, I'm still riding the same loop, and there's only 15 of us. So yeah.
Well, that's annoying. There's something about
Yeah.
getting results. I like that.
Yep, I thought maybe if I finish another loop, that'll pick up that I've done. Nope. Nothing.
Maybe you needed to do another loop.
Yeah, I don't have the time to do another loop. I think you can do infinite loops, and it won't end on that route.
What route was it?
It's New York. Perimeter, park perimeter reverse.
Okay.
Yep.
I want to steer away from on the ebb then, eh?
Yes. It's supposed to be fixed next week. Or whenever the May update comes.
Yeah.
But it was fun playing with PD4. Back dynamics seemed to be working.
Yeah.
If no one attempted to close a gap, there's not that churning that automatically closes the gap if you just keep constant speed.
Yeah.
Or power, not speed. It seems like you really need to make an effort to close the gap. How does PD4 work on the TTTs?
If I'm honest, Gerrie, I haven't really noticed the difference.
Ah, good.
I don't know. I mean, the way that I raced on the TPT is if I see the group spread out, I ease up. If I'm on the front, this is.
That's right. Yep.
If I see us all bunched up, then I'll put. Just modulate my power based on what I see the group doing. I rarely look at my power figure, and I try to avoid looking at my heart rate.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but it's always good when the change, you don't really notice the change.
Did you see that guy blow through
That
the stop
means-
sign then? He almost
He
got
did.
wiped out by us all.
I wanted to flag him. Yeah, but I feel if you don't notice a difference, then it is probably okay because it's natural that your brain is like, oh, okay, this works.
Yeah.
But once you notice a difference, it's like, oh, there's probably something wrong. Or there was something so wrong that you immediately see the difference.
Esta canción te la dedico a ti, la que siempre está junto a mí. En las buenas y las malas, siempre bella y fiel eres tú. Desde el momento en que te conocí.
Weather outside is frightful. So inside, I'm going to cycle.
Because it's delightful.
The weather's extremely broken up here right now. The dog went out for about 10 seconds. And then I heard scratching at the door.
Ooh.
He didn't want it anymore. Yeah, we're getting like 50-mile-per-hour gusts and heavy rain. The ocean's just chucking it at us.
Well, I don't think it's coming from that direction, though, is it, Rick? It's coming from us.
Well, yeah, coming from the west, but it's it's swirling around. That's the way the nor'easters work. They always come from the west or the southwest, but then they get this curve to them, and then they just grab stuff from the ocean and fling it at high rate of speed with lots of wind. So if this was snow, we'd be screwed right now.
Oh, Gerrie.
It's supposed to be like 3 inches of rain in some parts. Just this morning. Go, Gerrie.
Look at that. It's above 100 RPM.
That's how I know Gerrie is sprinting when it gets to 100 RPM.
Oh, it's our turn now, Rick.
Also, not always.
Our turn now, Rick. 190 watts.
Oh, really?
It'd be 65 RPM.
All right. Hey, I just did this on Thursday.
Yeah, if this is endurance with 3 sprints in there.
Oh, nice. A little anaerobic stuff.
Yep.
Or would that still be considered anaerobic with the sprint or with the endurance?
I don't think so.
Or does it have to be a rest with like a longer? Has to be a longer sprint, right?
Yeah. It's just 10 seconds or 15 seconds.
Ah, I'm still pedaling too fast. There we go. Gotta get my mind back in the slow pedal state of mind.
So, as radio amateurs, we have an obligation to identify ourselves whenever we transmit on the radio. We identify using our call signs.
I'd say you're a pro-am by now.
So, it's very, very common to hear people doing what we call chunking a repeater. So very quickly pressing the PTT without identifying, just to bring the repeater up and see if we can make it into it. Well, yesterday, our wide area repeater had a problem latching open, not passing any audio, and it was being chunked like crazy. So I thought, well, this is going to be one of those things, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't things. So I put a post on our Facebook group saying, look, our 14676 repeater has a bit of a problem at the moment. Please use one of the other repeaters while we sort it out. I'll let you know when we're done. Within minutes of me sending that, the chunks went up exponentially. I'm sure people were thinking, oh, hey, let's see what's wrong with it. Must chunk repeater. And then a little bit later, we remotely sorted it out. A little bit later, I posted to say that it was working again. And once again, the number of ka-chunks increased. As if, you know, oh, I must make sure that it's okay now.
Well, it's the final countdown for Florida now.
It's the final countdown.
I was just thinking the same thing, Gerrie. I was just trying to think of the next line in the song.
I was thinking it too while I said it.
There's no line. Da, da, da.
All right, Gerrie, question for you. Who sang that?
Final countdown.
Yeah.
Is So you know this, but I don't know this.
I feel like I saw this recently too.
I've got it. It's in my brain now. Not
All right. You need a clue. If you're not in North America,
Europe.
there you go.
Europe.
I was going to say, if you're not in North America, you're not in Asia, and you're not in Africa, and you're not in the Middle East, where are you?
My brain went to Eurythmics. And I know that's wrong,
Right.
but I couldn't get off that name.
Well, you had the first three letters right.
Yeah. And then I had a little spark. I thought, yeah, that is it. But then I quickly forgot again. And I had to reignite that one.
Did you like my clue?
Yeah, if I remember, that's not someone very familiar, although at one point I had the record, the LP
Oh, wow.
with that song on. Oh, yes. I got it just for that song.
It's like me.
Well, actually,
I bought a double CD album of Led Zepp just for Stairway to Heaven, and also bought an Animals CD just for House of the Rising Sun.
oh, yeah. That seems to be the way we did it at that point.
Oh yeah. And then you gradually learn all the other songs that you like.
Yeah.
Then eventually the popular one is the one that people who aren't in the know like. Because I know other songs.
Oh, yes. And you feel slightly special.
Yes.
If you want to see an absolutely amazing rendition of House of the Rising Sun, look up Kronos, spelled with a K, K-R-O-N-O-S. House of the Rising Sun. There's a few versions of it out there. No,
One.
Kronos are a strings group, a strings quartet.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Oh,
Yeah, I've heard
It's
one of the newer ones, but
it's absolutely
Not that
amazing,
one.
Gerrie. It really is.
I'm still regretting the last time I looked something up.
That I told you about. No, there's nothing bad in this one. But I'll dig a link out after and send it to you.
the last time I looked up something that Andy told me to look up, I was being told I needed to shut up on my face.
Gerrie's fire! You're gonna set my legs alight here, Gerrie.
Just changing the hair so you look more like a roadie. That's the
Singe.
idea.
Cinch my leg hair.
Singeing. That's the word, singeing. But my trainer didn't want to kick in.
Yeah, I ride a bike like a roadie, but yet I have leg hair like a mountain biker. What's this all about?
Oh, yeah.
Last thing I need is more stuff to shave.
You just wait till you get a bit older, Rick. Hey, Gerrie.
Not there yet.
Oh, believe me, I am.
Yeah, but it's interesting. Zwift is, I think, a bit better at controlling ERG. With Trainer Road, what I did now is I ramped up my cadence just before the sprint. And I think it was still adjusting my power. And then the sprint came and it forgot to adjust the power for the sprint.
Yeah. I do like ERG.
Oh, me too.
What's
It makes me
ERG?
rest better on the rest. Cause like just on that last rest, I was doing like 250, or not 250, 150, 160 instead of the 135 that was prescribed.
What is this
And right now
ERG of
I'm
which
doing-
you speak?
I'm doing 220.
Yeah, I just need to understand how trainer road works with the ERG. If they send the ERG command constantly or just in the beginning of the block, and if the trainer missed that one command, he doesn't know what to do.
I would say it's sent every packet.
I would say the same thing. I wouldn't do it any differently than that.
Yeah, I would think the data sent every single packet, and it's just the content of that data that differs. Content for the packet.
Well, there is some changes to how trainers receive their information.
Yeah.
And I've noticed it on Zwift, and a few other people has commented on that. I see it a lot because I go from trainer road back to Zwift. So trainer road is controlling my trainer. Then I close trainer road and I tell Zwift, okay, you can control the trainer. And it doesn't take control until there's a change in gradient.
Yeah. Huh.
Which almost feel like it's only sending when the gradient changes, which doesn't make sense.
Right.
It might be that the trainer doesn't fully switch over until it gets a
Yeah.
new value.
Well, I mean, and to be fair, the application is just stuffing a number into a stack, and the stack itself is taking care of sending the data to the trainer. You know, the driver, not the application. So it's more likely to be a connection thing between the application and the stack. Network dude coming out in me there.
Yeah, that part of programming I still need to learn and play with is sending bits of data as a block and then doing something with that and ignoring the front and the end and all those fun things. It looks interesting, but I haven't done it in practical, so I don't understand it that well.
Tomorrow for the high cadence, I might do the Sepkus workout. That one's so good. I love it. Like starts out with a threshold work, like warm up.
Ooh.
Just kind of, I mean, after a good warm up, then I guess the threshold primer. Get your breathing good. And then all of a sudden your cadence work comes in. And it's so it actually gives you a chance to rest a little bit. And then you do 3 minutes of, I think for me it's like 235 at 60 RPM. And then you do the last minute at 275 at 100 RPM. Then you just repeat that, then a rest, then you repeat that. Then at the end, it has you build up from 100 for 1 minute to 110 for a minute, then 120 for a minute.
Ooh.
And then you repeat that twice. And then it's over, but that's only at 220. So at that point, you're not really working on the power isn't the issue. Just a matter of trying to maintain 120 without bouncing.
Hey, good morning, Mark. Liking the stream, my friend.
But I always finish that one
Mark.
feeling like I can pedal better.
So, we're 32 minutes into this workout and we haven't mentioned food yet.
Yeah.
So,
I'm
let me
full.
go first. So, Gerrie, you missed what I cooked on Wednesday into Thursday morning. So, I was in Walmart last week and there in the reduced meat section was this 2-pound lump of chuck roast. So I picked it up, not knowing how I was going to cook it, and Googled a few things and decided upon this particular recipe that I just had three ingredients: chuck roast, a sliced onion, and condensed cream of mushroom soup. So I threw the meat and the sliced onion in the slow cooker for 4 hours, let that cook, and then I threw the mushroom soup in overnight. I came downstairs Thursday morning to a downstairs that smelled lovely.
Oh, I can imagine.
I had it for lunch on Thursday. I had it for lunch on Friday. I had it for lunch on Saturday. I had it for lunch yesterday, and I've still got a couple of days of it left yet.
That ended up inspiring me to go to the store and see what meats were on sale. And the chuck roast was not on sale, but they did have they had some cubed roast. So I went and got that and decided to make a beef stew out of it, which this one was the best one by far, so that I've made.
Well, some lemon pepper chicken on there in the review shelf in Pick and Save yesterday. So and that had the best before date, or the sell-by date, of the 4th of May. So, okay, we'll have that.
Do you have an Instant Pot at all?
No.
Or anything like that? That
No.
ended up saving me yesterday. I ended up doing an Instant Pot one. So it took like 2 hours altogether. Of course, the recipe I looked up said, oh yeah, it'll be like 50 minutes. Yeah, right. Prepping alone was like a half an hour. And then you have to wait for it to heat up and do all that. But the actual cooking time was probably only about like 50 minutes or so altogether. Wow. Pretty good, and it comes out just super tender. The only thing I could have done different was cut the potatoes a little smaller, because they were cooked all the way, but they were just kind of big, but they squished easily. But that's my lunch for the next 2 days to get me to Wednesday.
So what are the two of you doing for Star Wars Day this week?
Going to Florida.
Well, okay. How about you, Gerrie? What are you doing for May the 4th?
I don't know. Riding Zwift.
Well, I'm sure that's how it'll start out. Actually, it's race day for me. So, oh
Race
yeah,
day for you.
Oh yeah. Right.
yeah. So I just looked then to see what day it was. It's Thursday, 4th of May. I was hoping it wasn't going to be Friday, because we're going to be going down to Andrews University to help Faith move out. Spend the weekend in Michigan.
Ooh, that's right. Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo on a Friday in a college town with parents in visiting, getting ready, and students at the end of their year. Oh, it's going to be a mess. I'll be in Florida though.
Well, so the university that Faith's in is an Adventist university, so they don't drink. So not quite so much of a problem in Berrien Springs.
Oh, yeah. I mean, in Orono, Maine, it will be a complete mess. But, yeah, there it'll be fine. University of Maine is a bit of a party school.
It's good that I know that. I'll limit that from the options.
Great engineering school, also quite the party school. Although, getting to know a lot of the kids these days, there's a lot less kids, it seems, these days, that are wild like that.
Engineering and party, that word does not compute.
Yeah.
Maybe
Well,
first years. First year engineering students can party really hard.
Yeah.
But then the next year they do something different.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say engineering's the most people we get. Usually it's the forestry crowd and the nurses. And
Oh, the forestry goes because of the nurses.
yeah. But yeah, it's like last week, previous years, ever since the year 1913, it was Maine Day every Wednesday, every year on Wednesday during that week. And that would be a day where they canceled classes for the day so that all the students could do community service projects.
Oh, yeah.
But instead it just turned into just massive parties. Like the town would just turn weird. Like just kids doing whatever they wanted everywhere. Yeah, like 3 people on a moped.
Only 3? Oh, come on. You've got to try harder.
All holding beer and driving down the street. Just like, it's almost like it becomes lawless. Because all the police are up trying to take care of the parties.
Oh my
And
goodness.
So yeah, they stopped that. So this year it was Maine Week. And it seemed like it helped out.
Oh,
So they never
okay.
canceled classes. And then I think they also did a lot of, they were trying to do a lot of educating about not overdoing it, all that stuff. But yeah, it didn't seem as bad this year because there wasn't any specific day. But there was a couple days where we're right next to a liquor store. And you could look up and see that there was a lot of cars out there. A lot of kids
Right on
out with lots of cheap stuff.
Yep. That just reminded me, it's whenever we had one of those days where classes are cancelled in advance,
Yeah.
the engineering professors would be like, okay guys, so you've got a day off. We'll write the test on the next day, so you have this whole day to study. Seriously? Always. There was always a test or something due the day after. It's like, you don't deserve anything.
Yeah. Which, I mean, in the end, that's good.
Oh, gave me an excuse not to. Got it.
I would love to ask any one of those students, like, was one of your grandest memories here at the University of Maine Day? Do you even remember Maine Day?
That is probably the better question.
I mean, it's fun for a little while, I'm sure.
Oh.
but-
There they go.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Coco.
But yeah, a lot of those parties, they were impressive. There was like this one place, the Ave, it's called, where it's all just, student off-campus housing, and it's now a gated community because of the parties. But they yeah, we just there were the pictures of just seas of people, just a full sea of people, and like, yeah, people climbing lamp posts and jumping off of the roof into a crowd of people, and just crazy stuff. Made me kind of like, so Grace, you really like to travel, don't you? You want to go visit maybe other universities when it's time?
Yep. It's being in an engineering school lends you a few things. Like, we would see all these guys party, and then we would be okay. Our exams end on Friday, so Friday night it's all out. Nothing is stopping us. You get to Friday night, and only a few people show up, and those that show up is too tired and not really the social kind, because we've been bred to be really awkward, and you end up leaving early. You do that 2 years, and then you realize that's not going to work.
Yeah.
That's a sad breed.
I know when my cousin went there for engineering to Maine, it was she spent a lot of her free time at the oh shoot, wow, I cannot even think of it. It's the composite materials lab, where they would have a lot of extra stuff going on, projects, and like they would do the catapult competition and do all those sorts of things. And so she spent a lot of her free time there. But other than that, she would usually just, have a couple beers in her dorm with some friends, and that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it all depends on the crowd, which you find that at every university.
Oh, yeah.
Unless if it's prison.
Most of the people in my dormitory was art students.
Yeah.
About 90% art students, and then some geologists and 3 engineers. So
I was gonna say,
it was interesting.
Art students are also the ones that are probably partying a lot.
Oh my goodness, they know how to do it. The whole year, and suddenly you realize it gets quiet, and then they've got all the projects due.
Yeah,
that were just left. Yeah.
Yeah. If you've ever commissioned any art pieces, you know that that's how artists work.
Apparently, yeah.
Yeah,
it would suddenly get really quiet.
Thinking of my coworker, or well, I guess she's not my coworker anymore, but she was the one that was traveling earlier in the year.
Yes.
And she went for her master's in art. And oh yeah, she's that way. Now she does work on her own. And she has tons of commissioned pieces she's trying to do. But she's always stressed because they're always due like tomorrow. It's like, well, how long have you had to do it? Oh, this was last year I commissioned this one. I'm actually 6 months late. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it was funny how we would walk in their rooms and see what they're doing. It's like, yeah, I've got this clay sculpture I need to make, and I don't know if I'm going to be finished because the clay takes 2 days to dry. Like, when is it due? Tomorrow. Like, so you can just stop now. You should have started at least 2 days before the due date. I don't know. I'm not an artist, but so that's what my engineering tells me.
They give this to you a couple days ago? But yeah, so when she went for a master's in art, I have never seen someone write a dissertation that fast. Or what is it called? Her thesis. That quickly.
yeah.
Like she kept talking about it, kept talking about it. Then one day she disappears for a while, has to have someone work her shift for her. Finally, we find out she spent 3 days in her apartment working on her thesis, non-stop.
Oh,
Like, wow, okay. There you go.
yeah.
Thank you for the ride on, Tina.
Thanks, Tina. Yeah, if you get those people that can just wing it in the nick of time and do really well.
That's where they become good partiers, because they're trying to suppress the stress all the time of
Yep.
putting it off to the last minute.
And we had this guy, he was my senior. So I had a good deal with him. He would go out and party, and I'll be his designated driver, and he'll phone me and I'll go and pick them up. But the deal was so sweet that I could study. So when the first years had to do anything, I could get out of that, because he'll just tell them I need to pick him up, so I can't go out to the first years and I can study.
Yeah.
It sounds boring, but it helped me a lot.
Yeah.
So, he went out this one night, and I think I picked him up like 4 a.m. And he went to class and then realized his final oral exam was that day, and they had to present a business plan for item and a sales pitch. And he went to the front with a stack of papers he just grabbed out of his bag, pretending he's reading off that, and on the fly did his proposal and his sales pitch of a pen that he grabbed out of his pocket. And he got the highest grades in the class. I'm like,
Wow.
but he could sell anything to you. He was just one of those people. He went into sales.
Oh, yeah.
But like, seriously? There's no
Sales
way
is-
I can do 3 words without prepping.
Sales is a tough job to have, but if you do it well, you can make a really good living off of it. That's for sure.
He was awesome. He had a was it photographic memory?
Yeah.
He would come into the room and grab everybody's student cards and look through them, and then put it on the table and tell us our student numbers.
So I've got a memory. My memory type is mine begins with a f sound as well. Forgetful. There you go.
I don't know about that. He kind of reminds me of like a Van Wilder. Have you ever seen that movie?
Gene Wilder. Seen him?
No, not that one. I think that one was like, it was one of the first movies I remember Ryan Reynolds being in. And he is just like that college student, but he's like, his family's rich, so he's just kind of like not really trying at college. I think it's like his 8th year in college.
Oh wow.
And yeah, and he's just real smart guy, knows how to stay on top of like creating businesses within the student community and doing all kinds of stuff like that. But when it comes to actually doing his work, he's always putting it off to the last second and failing on purpose so he doesn't have to leave college.
Oh.
Then of course the story is him finally finding a girl, and then she wants to help him graduate college because he's about to be cut off from his money and all that stuff. But yeah, pretty much one of those people who's able to skate through college by just showing up when it's time to show up. Wow, tons of on-stream chat, but no chat room chat.
Nope.
They're all listening intently.
Hey, it's Monday.
Ooh, yesterday I went to Grace's showcase and summit send-off, they called it, at her cheer gym. That was longer than I expected. At first I got in there, I didn't want to, there was only so many seats. I didn't want to be the guy who took a seat. So I just stood there on, like, of course it's on one of those little soft mats, which is nice at first. Till eventually your ankles are sick of trying to balance. And so 3 hours later, I was really wishing I would have just grabbed a seat. But then finally it was over. It was good though. They all the teams went through the routines and stuff that are going to Summit. I think there's 3 of them. And then they had a surprise for all the cheerleaders that a bunch of moms got together and a couple dads got together and did a routine that they had just decided to do like a couple days ago. So they had met up for like a practice or something. And then they had one quick run through before, while the kids watched a video of you know, pictures of the season and all that stuff. And they had no idea it was happening. So when they came out, there was a bunch of shocked faces like, oh really, are they going to do a routine? And they were doing like all kinds of lifts and pyramids and all that stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought for sure someone was going to get hurt. It didn't look terrific, but they did, you know, they did pretty well for not being quite as athletic as they might have once been.
So over the weekend, Rick knows this, but Gerrie, Hope had another audition for a solo ensemble. This time it's for state.
Yep.
Played the same piece as last time, and the adjudicator she played in front of was a violinist, and had tried to play the piece that Hope played at one point. And you know, I really wanted to hear what the adjudicator had to say, and the only critique that he could give her was that the difference between, or the contrast between the fast and the slow parts, he would have played the slow part slower. That's all he could say. That was, you know, other than that, it was just praise, left, right, and centre. Yeah, proud dad.
That's very cool.
So how long do you think it'll be before she plays at Albie's Hall?
Well, she's already played in multiple performing arts centres. She's been on TV. I got to do this once more, Rick.
Nice. Yeah, these are to the points where it starts to feel a little more workish.
Yeah.
I don't know if I told you or not, Gerrie, but I want to tell as many people as possible so that everybody, that I know in my mind that people are looking on Strava. But I'm going to run when I get to Florida.
Oh no.
Rick, I've told you already. Don't say things like that when I'm on my rollers. You'll have me in a heap on the floor.
I know I need to do something to keep up my fitness, because I don't want to have spent the last 3 weeks building and then go there and just lose it all.
Oh yeah.
So I figure I'll do 2 miles every morning. As time allows, or as potential injuries allow. Hopefully not. Which I think that's just being afraid of it, because that's the whole reason why I stopped running, was because of injuries. But I can now look back at why that all went wrong. It was because
you hadn't adjusted your saddle.
I had been running, and then I took a winter off with not much running. I just focused on lifting, and I was hitting a heavy bag for like cardio stuff. And then once springtime came, along comes the offer to go for a run. And I ran way further than I should have at that point.
Hey there, Harry. Good morning.
And it was really hot that day. But I figure if I keep it at 2 miles and then maybe build, depending on how I feel after like the first week, for like 3 or 4 miles for the last couple days I'm there. Plus, there's nothing better after having main spring mornings than to, which actually might be better for running, I don't know, but nothing better than to go feel that cooler but tropical feeling air and go for at least a walk's nice. We'll see how a run feels. If only I could get on Discord while I run, but it would just be a mess.
Yeah, that sounds like it's going to be a mess.
It would just be a shaky camera.
I've done Discord from an exercise bike in a hotel. Exercise room, haven't I, Gerrie?
Yep.
That was the day I started with COVID.
Oh,
Christmas
yes.
before last. I could feel a sore throat coming on while I was on that ride. That was the last breakfast that I ate while I was out west.
Yep.
This Twitch app is really not working well for me.
Good morning, Ben.
Morning, Ben.
I can see that.
Thank you for the ride
I
on.
can see that Ben commented, but it's not in my chat. Oh,
They're liking the stream
fine,
as well.
If I get on here.
And there's Ufa.
Hey, hey. Good morning.
Morning, Ufa.
Good morning, Ufa.
There, now I can see it. Good morning, Ben.
Just gonna finish this lap.
And then it'll be what's Gerrie having for breakfast.com.
Definitely cereal this morning. Oh no, muesli and yogurt mixed with oats. Thanks.
Oh, my,
right on, Rick.
Yes, thanks, Griff. Can I reach my phone? Just. Teach me to
Oh,
get it that far out of reach.
oh
There
my
we go.
goodness, Ben.
How did that go, Ben? Did it feel good? The half marathon?
Thanks, Andy.
Anytime. There's the end of the lap coming up. Just around the corner. Not quite there, Gerrie. Come on, you've got to get to the arch.
What's arch?
The arch is around the corner.
The Archie one.
Thought we just went through the arch.
Did we? I thought we hadn't been through it
Yeah.
yet. No,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
it's a big green glowy arch. It's coming
That's
up now.
a KOM banner, isn't it?
No, we just
Oh.
went through the KOM
yeah.
banner.
This is
Here's the end of the lap.
this is the one. Yeah. Okay.
There you go. Now you've done it.
Now I've done it, but now I've got 400 meters to go for the next kilometer. So
Sorry.
might as well keep going forever.
Nice work, Ben.
Wow,
Yeah, nice.
that's awesome then. That's a long time running.
Yeah, it is.
That is 2 hours and 30 minutes of regretting the first minute.
I'd imagine you have a couple minutes in there that you're like, this is going spectacular right before the crashing feeling.
Right at the start.
I've always found, from what I remember with running, we'll see if, since I'm going to start a whole new relationship with it this week, but I remember for the first like mile to 2 miles, I would just be convincing myself not to stop.
Here you go, Gerrie. There's your zero.
There we go.
And then finally I would settle in, but it would be like embracing the agony.
Yeah, my first mile was always just getting into it. And then once I got through that first mile, it was good.
Yeah, then I wouldn't want to stop. Sometimes I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna go, 4 miles, and then I'd be like, nah, one more. One more.
My first half marathon on no training was 1 hour 45.
Yee.
I was in a world of hurt for the few days after that.
Yeah. The thing I'm concerned about with just 2 miles, that next day I'm not going to be able to walk very well. A lot of new muscles being used.
First few races I did, you get all psyched up for the race, and then the gun goes off and you start walking because there's too many people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You end up walking almost the first mile.
Yeah.
And then when you start running, you think, maybe walking was better.
Yeah, my plan is I have a 2.5 mile lap through the country club and stuff. And so I'll do that. Then the last half a mile is for walking.
Okay.
We'll see. I don't know. Right now I'm making plans on something I haven't really actually done in like 15 years.
Oh, yes.
I mean, I did run a mile last year on the treadmill. Actually, no, I ran, I think I did like 3 miles on the treadmill.
We ran a mile,
Then it
didn't we,
started-
Gerrie?
started
Yes,
ticking.
we did. Really fast mile.
We did. It was a fast mile.
Probably my fastest mile.
Yeah.
Okay, people. Thanks for riding.
Hi, Gerrie. Good to have you
Yeah.
back. Look forward to seeing you.
Yeah. This was
Tomorrow.
a good ride.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. See you tomorrow.
All right. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye, Ben.
How was Germany?
Oh, it's actually quite good. I'm at minus 50 CSP now, so we did get some training in for sure.
Yeah.
The weather was, of course, better than we had expected it to be. So there was a rainy day forecast, but we could still ride it almost the whole day.
Nice.
Trust ain't something you can buy. That look that's in your eyes.
Oh, should do it the other way around then. Run from Xmas to beer. Beer should always be at the finish, right?
Yeah. Yeah, if you do beer in the beginning, that's just,
A recipe
idea.
for disaster.
yes. Unless if it's enough beer that somehow it makes you not think about it the whole way, but you'll regret it at some point, I mean.
And that's coming from a man that knows.
Yeah, I remember a couple times back in the, I remember one time like being at a friend's house. I mean, I was in my 20s, but I remember being at a friend's house and we were watching, I think it was the Red Sox play the Yankees in like in the playoffs. And the Red Sox had just finally come back after losing first 3 games. And that was the year they went on to the World Series. But I was all excited. I had tons of beer. And so I ran all the way home. And it felt absolutely amazing running home.
I thought beer was
The next-
measured in pints, not in tons.
Oh no, this was, well, it can be, but it could also be measured in tons too. If you drink this much beer, it can be measured in tons. But yeah, I felt like I was running like the wind. I don't know what I actually looked like, but it felt like I was.
Well, anyway, you do kind of look a little bit like Forrest Gump.
Yeah. I ran right past my house that day. Just kept going.
You know, I'm pretty sure I've got that on Laserdisc and never ever watched it.
Really?
Yeah.
Movie's great.
Run, Forrest, run, yes.
I didn't even look at what the TSS on that was afterwards. Probably
I
not
can
very
tell
high,
you,
I imagine.
Q4 for me.
Oh, that's pretty good. Mine's probably right around there, I'd imagine. Ah, why does my saddle feels loose? I don't think it is though. No,
Ah, it's your butt.
that's
Your
weird.
butt needs tightening.
Yeah, I think so. Weird. Well, could be because my saddle is absolutely soaked right now. Apparently, this was a good glute workout. My vagus nerve's going like crazy right now.
I don't want to know about
Well, I never lost power.
that. You said it now, haven't you?
Although the top of my trash bin did blow off, or it blew open. So that's probably full of water.
Needed a wash anyway, didn't it?
Yeah, it did actually. And I don't think the trash has been picked up yet, so I'll just take the rest of that water and dump it right in the truck.
Morning, Roger.
Morning, Roger.
Hey, Roger.
Hey.
What was it that they were talking about on Radio 1 yesterday about that this is the first time that they were going to add something into the coronation about you must pledge something to the king or something? Can't remember what it was. Some sort of respect or something.
An oath of allegiance.
Allegiance. That's what I should, come on. I mean, I should know this. It's in the Pledge of Allegiance for the U.S. I mean, come on. Yeah, pledge allegiance to the king. I heard that and I was kind of like, huh, I wonder what that's all about. Does he not feel that people are aligned?
Going to be one of those downhill finishes, isn't it? I'm going to end up doing an extra kilometre or more. Because I'm not going to slow down. I'm going to stay on the bike. I know I'm going to be doing another kilometre.
Not if you exit real quick.
Right, but
There's mine. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna actually do one.
I was going to do it there.
All right.
Here's the
The longer I
sprint.
stay on this bike, the longer I don't have to go out into that nasty weather.
You guys almost finished it.
Yeah.
Me and Luke is just getting started. Yeah, going easy downhill in a big group with pack dynamics 4, not so.
We'll get through this 100K pretty quick, but it looks.
According to my little light map thing here on my phone, that shows me. Oh wait, no, it doesn't show me anything right now. That shows me where the sun's coming up all around me. You've had sun for longer than I have, Roger. You should have been here.
We got a crappy day today.
Ah, same here. Horrible. I thought the power was going to go out when I first got on the bike.
Yeah, it's pretty windy. Yeah, we got a day off from work.
Yeah, I would imagine it wouldn't be nice out there.
No, yeah, it's pretty strong wind.
Are you getting heavy rain too?
Actually, it's not hasn't rained very hard yet, but maybe we will.
All right, well, that's it. I'm done. Show the horse. So
Hey, Andy.
we'll be back for we'll be back with another workout tomorrow. But until then, take care and have yourselves a great Monday. Appreciate you joining, Ben. Much obliged. And everybody else that's out there. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.
Bye bye.